Mhm.
And I was very familiar with muscle testing because my dad, the chiropractor, used muscle testing. And so if anyone in the audience isn't familiar, I'll give a quick little recap. So first I'll explain it like how I saw it with my dad. So what he would do is he would run his fingers down someone's spine, and with their other arm, they would hold it parallel to the floor and he would press down on it. So while he was running his fingers down their spine and pressing on their arm, wherever he would get to a spot where there was a subluxation, a disc out of alignment, all of a sudden they couldn't hold up their arm.
Mhm.
So it was like their body's biofeedback system of telling my dad, hey, that's the spot that's out of alignment. So he would adjust the spot and then touch it, and they would hold up their arm. All of a sudden, he couldn't press their arm down. So now their body's saying, like, yeah, like we're back in alignment. And so when he first became a chiropractor, he'd use an x-ray machine to check people's bones and look
Mm.
and see what was out of alignment. But after a while, there was a sheet over the x-ray machine, and he would just do the muscle test to see what was going on, their back, their neck, all their different points in their body. So this doctor used the same thing with me, but he did it verbally. So he was asking my body questions while muscle testing.
Mm.
And so the first thing he did, hold out your arm. Why does your back hurt? Well, I broke it, of course. That's why it hurts. So he's like, oh, so it's structural? I'm like, yeah, obviously. Yes, it's structural. He presses on my arm goes down. That means no, not true. And he
Mm.
goes, oh, no, it's not structural. I'm thinking, I don't know if this guy knows what he's talking about. And then he says, maybe it's nutritional. Well, while I was stuck in bed, I became obsessed with studying nutrition because my whole life I've been basically on a diet, trying to lose a few pounds and trying to figure out like there's so many different diets. Like, what's the actual right one? You know,
Mm.
is there a best one? Is there a real one, a true one? Or is it just kind of like what works for you? You know, like I was really interested in this. And so I had decided that a whole food plant-based diet was what I thought was the best. And I had written a over 400-page book about it, which was now on Amazon. And I was really hoping that my problem was not nutritional, or else I'd have to pull that book off of Amazon.
Mm.
So he tests it. He says it's nutritional. He presses my arm down. Phew. Okay, it's not nutritional. Okay, so Jenny, why is your back hurting? I don't know. What are my other options? He goes, well, maybe it's energy. Like we all have an energy field, different energy centers of our body. Maybe something's wrong there.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, let's check that. He presses my arm down. No, not that. And he's like, okay, maybe it's emotional. And I go, what? Emotional? I mean, that's crazy. This is my back, right? Oh, let's just check it. Hold up your arm. All right, it's emotional. And he presses my arm, and it's like, it won't go down. And I tell him, press harder. It won't go down. You want to stand on my arm? I mean, it was like that strong. And he's like, oh, this is emotional pain. And I go, nah. I start repeating my positive affirmations to him. I say, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm terrific. I just can't sit, can't drive, can't function, burning back pain. So it's not emotional, it's just my back.
Mm.
And he goes, well, tell me about your childhood. And I go, oh, I don't talk about my childhood. And he goes, okay, tell me about your marriage. And I go, oh, yeah, I don't talk about my marriage. And he's like, I thought you don't have emotional pain. I said, I don't. And he
Mm.
goes, well, either you're going to have to tell me about your childhood and your marriage, or I can't help you. I was like, oh, man, that's my only option. You have
Mm.
any Kleenex? I need some tissue. And I proceeded to sob for an hour. And then he said,